Well, greetings and welcome to the Dividing Line. It's Tuesday. It's hot and sticky here in Phoenix. Not overly hot. It's supposed to get up to like 109 over the weekend, but hey, it started off all right. But it's that time of year where it's no longer hot and dry. It's well, I know people down in New Orleans are saying it's always dry compared to us. Well, maybe, but the humidity is significantly higher between now and the second week of September. So this is the time period where this is our January. This is our January, February. This is why not everybody lives here. Because if we didn't have August, beginning of September, everybody would live here. And we couldn't, there's not enough water for everybody. So that's bad. Somebody on Twitter says, we miss the chat. What chat? YouTube chat? Oh, the Hebrew Israelites can't engage in they don't play well with others, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems to be going around a lot today. There are many people who don't play well with others these days. Sadly. Announcement, we're doing the Dividing Line 2 days in a row. In fact, we might do it 3 days in a row. Who knows? But tomorrow, Rich is going to have to find some way of maybe playing with the lights, doing something with the cameras, but we need to have a decent shot of right over here so that it's not just a bunch of, somebody hiding in the midst of all these microphone arms and stuff like that.
Well, what I could do is, get some of the real hot lights and bright ones, super bright ones, and put it right in his eyes. Like the old interrogation movies in the 40s and the 50s they used to do.
That really wasn't my intention. No, it wasn't. No.
All right, buddy, let's hear you.
Thinking about, some people would like if I did that.
Yeah, I know.
There are some people who would go, that's what you need to do. Put that Jeff Durbin guy under the hot light. Just found something in my pocket. There was a day when finding a quarter in your pocket was pretty cool. Now it just rattles in the dryer. It's about all that's worth anymore. Jeff Durbin's going to join me. And finally, in some people's mind, after all this time, it's actually, when you think about it, less than a month after I left for Colorado. But today is the day of the internet and the day of deep patience on the part of many. Jeff and I are going to get together, and there's been, I even hate to call it a controversy. It's certainly been distracting and taken a tremendous amount of time and caused all sorts of problems and difficulties, but it's a tempest in a teapot. It is the result of the manipulation of events, misrepresentation of those events, combined with agendas on this part of certain people, and it's sad. But we are going to be talking about ReformCon, and I guess there are people out there now who are actually saying that no one ever said, now that we have demonstrated there was no such thing as this, now the narrative is changing, and no one ever said that there was a beer and tattoo fundraiser. And I get, I suppose I should have seen that coming, yes. Oh, okay, you're just... Oh, yeah, getting out Three Dog Night, huh? Okay. I wouldn't know what that is because I was raised as a Christian. But anyways, I'm just going to play one little quick clip here. And it speaks for itself. We have the written examples, and there's plenty of these. But this will be one of the things I've gone through. What I'll do tomorrow is I've gone through one of the polemics reports, and it was the one that was, I thought, best at laying out what the real issues are. And the real issues here is real simple. There are certain people who really detest Les Landfear and the Reform Pub. And anybody who will even talk to them, be seen in the same room with them, walk on the same planet with them, breathe the same air with them, are automatically really bad people. And even if you have, as I have on this program so many times, I mean, I remember starting a number of threads in the Reform Pub. I didn't start them, but I started them by comments that I made, because on this very program, I would speak about people who confuse externals, who think if they read Calvin, smoke a pipe, wear a hat, and drink wine, this somehow makes them uber cool, and then completely miss the point of anything that, say, Calvin was saying in Book 3 of the Institutes on the subject of prayer, for example, that the externals are never a substitute for the reality. And I have many times gone off after people who would confuse these things and who would show a who would think this is how I can be cool. And I've met these folks, and you know what? They don't last long. They don't last long. This is not something you can play with. To truly be reformed ends up impacting all of your life. Notice I didn't say in the exact same ways, but it does impact all of your life. And it will have tremendous impact in the sick room, in the hospital, at the graveside, in every aspect of where real pressure comes along. And if you're doing it just to be cool, that won't last. That'll collapse. That falls apart. The coolness, real shallow. And I've made comments about this on the program, and I remember entire threads that popped up. Was he talking about us? And what do you think about this? And what do you think? And so